Hello, welcome to Oxford Heirlooms. Now in this video, I'm going to create the gathered lace and entree band to go around the neckline. So I'm going to take a piece of entree and I'm going to measure it where it's just a little bit longer than the length around the neckline. And cut one piece. Okay, put the rest of my entree off to the side. Okay, now I'm going to take my day gown body and move it out of the way for just a minute because I'll be working with the entree for a little while. Okay, now what I need to do is I've got my 1/2 inch edging lace and I need to cut a length of lace that's 1.5 times the length of the entree. Now I know that 1.5 is the same thing as 3/2. So in order to measure this, I'm going to fold the lace in half first. So I've got two half pieces of lace. Then fold it back on itself so that I have 3 layers of 1/2 a length of lace. And cut that off. And then set the rest of my lace out of the way. Okay, now before I gather this lace and begin to sew it onto the entree, I need to trim the batiste away on one side of the entree. So this will take me a minute to get this done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cutting this or trimming this batiste off of one side of the entree, and then I'll gather my lace to the appropriate length, and then I'll sew it on. But I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my entree trimmed and I have my lace gathered. So I have my machine set to a zigzag and the appropriate stitch length and stitch width for sewing entree. And I'm going to butt this lace up to the entree and begin to zigzag it together. Just going in the entree hole on the left and catching the header of the lace on the right. So I'm going in an entree hole. I always check because I have my machine set to where every other stitch is going in an entree hole. So if I start in a hole, I will stay going into the holes and hopefully never stab the entree ladder. Okay, this will take me a minute to get all this lace zigzagged on. Okay, I've got my lace zigzagged to the entree. Now, before I can pin this to the neckline, I need to clip notches all along the entree because it needs to curve around the neckline. So this will take me a minute or two to cut all these notches. So I'll be right back and I'll go ahead and pin this to the neckline too. Okay, I've got that all pinned on and I made sure that all of my pleats are pointing in the appropriate direction. Now I reset my machine to a straight stitch and I'm going to sew along the neckline. Just taking my pins out as I come to them. Just stay right to the right of the entree ladder as you sew, because this is a fairly tight little curve, but not that bad. Okay, so this will take me a couple of minutes to get all the way around the neck hole opening, so I'll be right back. Well, shame on me. My telephone rang and I got to talking on the phone and I was sewing as I was talking and I completely forgot to video a few steps. But I sewed the entree and the ruffled lace to the neckband, and then I finger folded it under, and then I zigzagged it, and I came back and I used my specialty scissors and I trimmed some of that excess entree seam allowance close to where I zigzagged. But creating the ruffled lace neckband and sewing it on was what I was doing today. And I think this garment's turning out real sweet. Now in the next video, it's about time for me to begin to set the sleeves in, but I need to do a little bit of hand embroidery and some lace shaping on the sleeves before I can set them in. So that's what I'll be doing next. But creating the little neckband with the ruffled lace was what I was doing today. Thank you.